Hey guys, how you doing? It's KJ here from the Scariest Movie Ever Made. Wanted to share this video with you. It's kind of a trip. I know other people have covered this over the last 24 hours. I've seen it kind of pop up on a couple other channels, but I'm going to add a few things to this. It's covering a subject I've covered in many of my other videos. A lot of times in my videos you guys will see me say that the veil is lifting. It's lifting quicker, and it is. And what I mean by that is that this beast system that we're in, this thing we're always trying to expose and show people, all these Illuminati symbols and all this stuff, it's really coming out. It's really coming out. It's making our job much easier, isn't it? I mean, you can see these symbols everywhere now, and most people that can't, I believe at this point, are just denying it. It's out there. We all see it. So the system's revealing itself, and the devil has a short time. I think that's why it's happening. It's happening quick, and right here's a pretty classic example. You may have heard about this. It was took place in Oklahoma. A few weeks back, there was a group of Satanists that wanted to put up some kind of a whatever next to the Ten Commandments at the state capitol. I think it was like their commandments or whatever. They wanted to put it like right next to it. And that didn't fly. So now the new news is we have a satanic temple out of New York City that's building this 7-foot tall Baphomet, goat-headed Baphomet statue for the Oklahoma Capitol, and it's got all the signs and symbols there, at least a lot of them. Pentagram right there in the back, wings on the back. It's got the horns. He's doing the as above, so below with his hands, and creepily enough, he's got the kids right there next to him. Wow, guys, if this doesn't shock you, if this doesn't freak you out a little bit, have a cup of coffee or maybe a shot of whiskey or something. But I mean, this is hardcore stuff, man, and it's really coming out. And I'm not even surprised. I mean, like I said, this is the stuff I've been covering for a long time, and it's really coming out. You're going to see it. And, it's no coincidence that it's lining up with kind of this rise of atheism in our culture as well. I've got some atheist friends out there that might be watching. I'm sure I have plenty of atheist enemies as well. But the truth is, and you all can't deny it, but I mean, it really is a kind of growing, quote, religion, if you will, or cult, of its own, so it's really getting big. It's really getting big. A lot of people I know have been atheists as well. So, it's out there, all right? And it's interesting, a while back I did a video on my backup channel on Scariest Movie Ever 111 that said Satanists are atheists. And if you go to the website for the Satanic Church, just read the main page, and that's what they're telling you, is that they're basically atheists. So this is a rising religion, and I know most atheists don't like to hear that connection with Satanism and whatever, but it's there. Like I said, go read it for yourself, So we look at all this, we take all these things in, we draw some connections. It reminded me, oh, and by the way, too, I'll say this. Another reason this is kind of crazy and creepy is Oklahoma is about as Bible Belt and heartland as you can get. It's my home state. I've lived in a lot of other places. I left Oklahoma at a very early age, but I was raised there, and went to school there and everything else. Family still in Oklahoma. So it's the heartland. It's a Bible Belt, salt of the earth type people, good people. So this truly is an attack on the heart of America in a lot of ways as well. And anyway, but it reminded me of something else, though. You may be familiar with Albert Pike. Albert Pike, famous Freemason, Illuminati. He wrote the Three World Wars. He wrote a letter about the Three World Wars. You can check that out. And it's not that he was a prophet. It's just that he was in the room when they were planning this stuff out. But one thing they say down here, this is from the Third World War. I'll just read this to you real quick. It says, the Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agentur of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leader of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam and political Zionism mutually destroy each other. Now here's the interesting part here. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economical exhaustion. We shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm, which in all its horror will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery, and of the most bloody turmoil. Down here it says, then everywhere, the citizens obliged to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries, will exterminate those destroyers of civilization, and the multitude, disillusioned with Christianity, whose deistic spirits will from that moment be without compass or direction, anxious for an ideal, but without knowing where to render its adoration, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure divine doctrine of Lucifer, brought finally out in the public view. Anyway, you get the point. I mean, turning the atheists, or building a culture of atheism, and then turning them against the Christians and vice versa is all part of the plan, all part of the Illuminati plan. We see it all coming together. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. Super creepy crap going on out there, but the veil truly is lifting, guys. The dividing, the line is in the sand. You know, the dividing line is there. Sheep or goats. It's time to make a choice. And one more thing, actually, I wanted to share with you too. All this stuff kind of reminded me of just some new news I saw over the last day or so. Maybe you can see that. Let's see. Try that right there. That's Beyonce. She put that out on her Instagram. It's her in front of the Last Supper, and she's blocking out Jesus Christ. So, you know, we know she's an Illuminati tool. If you don't get that by now, then you're too far behind. Real deal. Big-time Illuminati tool, Beyonce. And shouldn't be surprised. Still has lots of followers, lots of fans. I mean, she's, you know, modern-day goddess. You know, she's being worshipped. It's how she's been promoted. But so she's got a lot of people watching this and paying attention. And here she is completely blocking out Jesus Christ in the Last Supper. I'm sure looking for attention in some ways, but also sending out a message. That message is, man, that it's coming. There's a war coming. So just be prepared, guys. Thanks. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.